All people know how to do this. All people can communicate intuitively with animals. It's just something that we aren't aware of. And I started out as a scientist and actually proved to myself by doing experiments, thank you, Angel, that we can do this. It's something that I consider to be part of ancient culture that ancient people did. Animals actually are masters in intuitive communication. Nobody ever taught them not to do this, so they're very, very good at it. They're very good at picking up information intuitively from each other and from the environment, and we can learn from them in learning how to do this. When you receive information intuitively from an animal, you can get it as a feeling from them, emotional or physical. You can also get it as words that you hear in your mind. You can get it as pictures or movies that they might send you. You can also get smells and tastes that they might send you, or you can just get an idea of something or a memory of something from your life that is related to something in their life. So when you tune into this little dog intuitively, you might get a feeling of how happy, how sweet, how much it wants a home, because it's a shelter dog looking for a home, and how confident this dog is. This is a very self-assured little dog, even though he's finding himself in a shelter right now. So to do this yourself, you would just find an animal that you want to work with that you don't know a lot about, and connect with the animal. Make sure that the animal's feeling friendly to you, just like with the person that you want to go talk to, and then just start getting your impressions of the animal. What's the animal personality like? What comes into you about this animal? Any impressions that you get intuitively could be valid information, and then you go check with the animal's owner to see if what you got actually matches something that they know about the animal. An example of that is one of my students who read my book found herself with a dog that had shown up hit by a car right in front of her house. As she was taking the dog to the vet, she tuned into the dog and just got her impressions, whatever came to her. And the first thing that came to her was the dog's name, Daisy. She didn't know it was the dog's name, found out later that was accurate, and also got an image from the dog, a picture of what the dog's owner looked like. And when she got to the vet, she called the number on the tag. All the dog had was a tag with a number. The person who showed up, who was the dog's owner, looked exactly like the picture that the dog had sent her. As it was being treated and they found out that it was going to be okay, she asked the dog, "Why were you at my house? How did you end up there?" And the dog said, "Well, I was out hunting and I got lost." And she asked the woman, "Why was it loose?" And Liddy said, "Oh, I was out hunting with my husband and then it got lost." So the dog gave her the name, why it got lost, and what the mom looked like, just through intuitive communication.
I think one of the neatest verifications that I saw that happened right before my eyes, which is dissettling but interesting. I was working with a shelter dog who was a husky mix, and he had a very icy blue eye, almost colorless. He would stand in the middle of his run and stare at the people coming by. He would just stare at them. And if they ever did coax him up, he would jump up on the front of the kennel and stare at them. This was making it a little difficult for him to get adopted. He was pretty much intimidating the clients. So I worked with him and I asked him, you know, could you please just act like a goofy dog, go up to the front, wag your tail, pant. I gave him a picture of, well, if you're adopted, you might be able to go to the Marin open space, and the next person that walked by, he did his best effort. He went right up and he wagged his tail and he panted a little. Literally that same day, he did get adopted. And that was after about 6 months of being in the shelter without really a lot of interest.
My experience with my partner in the class picked up on the fact that we have a cat, which we've only had a cat for 2 days because we're fostering a kitten, and that he enjoyed taunting the cat. She also picked up on the fact that he has an over feather picking issue, which aside from that, he is healthy, but she did pick up on that.
You can read my books to find out more about how to do this. Go to my website, look at taking classes, and I also do consultations if you have something going on with your animal that you'd like help with. I can work with you by phone to do a consultation.